Now we will see some aspects that create a relation between the author's life and the literary piece. First, Sandra Cisneros was born on December 20, 1954, in Chicago. She is an American writer and she is highly recognized due to her first novel, The House on Mango Street, that was published in 1984, and her subsequent short story collection, Woman Hollering Creek and Other Stories, published in 1991. In addition, she has a strong influence from Mexican culture due to her cultural heritage from her family and childhood. Also, it is important to mention that she lived her childhood between Chicago in the USA and Mexico City. On the other hand, we will talk about her family. Her father was Alfredo Cisneros de Moral and Elvira Cordero Anguiano was her mother. Her mother was a Mexican American, and her family was composed by her mother, her father, and 7 brothers. She was the third one among them. Thus, inside her short story Woman Hollering Creek, we can notice her Mexican influence and some aspects of her life. For instance, she mentions elements as telenovelas, lots of Latin names for characters, and Spanish words inside the text we read. Also, the Cleofiles and Juan Pedro's story is placed and developed in Mexico and the United States. Now we will present some quotes where we can notice this. Or to the center of town to order a milkshake that will appear in a day and a half as a pimple on her backside, or to girlfriend's house to watch the latest telenovela episode and try to copy the way the women comb their hair, wear their makeup. Page 44. He had thrown a book, hers, from across the room, a hot welt across the cheek. She could forgive that, but what stung more was the fact it was her book. A love story by Corinne Tellado. She was loved most now that she lived in the USA, without a television set, without the telenovelas. Page 52. Otherwise, her familiar aspects could be presented with Cleophilus' family. Well, may God help her. What with a father with a head like a burro and those 6 clumsy brothers. Page 45. Here we can see the figure of a father and 6 brothers as a strong relation with Cisneros' life and family. Despite of the author doesn't mention her mother as a character in the story, we can see her through all the story with the location in Mexico and the United States. As a conclusion, we point out that Cisneros uses a lot of aspects from her personal life and family to create events, characters, moments, places, etc. inside the short story, and it could be detected during the reading of details from her life and the short story Woman Hollering Creek.